Hi guys, welcome to Eagle's Voice. My name is Andy Tokumbo Ademola. If you are new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you become the part of the family. For those of you who are not familiar to what we do on this platform, let me give you a benefit of the doubt. On this platform, we talk about issues that has to do with human sustainability. We discuss family life, businesses, career, and etc. And we suggest a possible solution to those issues. Today, I have another interesting topic for you guys, which I captioned, "Who do you think should resign?" It sounds somehow right? You're bound to find out. Let's get it started. Alright guys, today we're going to be discussing what I captioned, "Who do you think should resign?" But before we go into the details, I have with me my wonderful guest. Can you please introduce yourself to your viewers?
Yeah, viewer. My name is Ifeanyi Nwokocha Martins. I am a teacher. I am a lecturer and a life coach as well, and as well as a counselor by His grace. It's good to be here. You're welcome.
Hello viewers, I'm Mrs. Bassi. I'm a researcher, I'm a motivational speaker and an emotional intelligence trainer. You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. Let's go straight to the business of the day. Today we're going to talk about a story of a family that involves a husband and a wife. They both live in two different cities in Nigeria. The husband is earning 50,000 naira per month, while the wife, she's earning 400,000 per month. So there was an urgent need for two of them to come together and live as a family. Who do you think should resign? That's what we're discussing today. Mr. Ifeanyi, your take, please.
Well, thank you. Well, this is a very tactical one, but ordinarily one would say the one that earns 50k should resign, ordinarily. But there are factors that one should consider before thinking of who should resign. It's not just about the money. Now the issue is, do they have kids? Where do they live? Where do they live? The environments they live. That's to number 3. Do they have any other means of income? Because money is very, very important. We can't rule out the place of money in a marriage. Then again, two of them have to sit and iron it out. If there are other means of sustenance of the family, then it's easier to say the woman should resign or whoever should resign. So basically, who should resign comes from the two of them. It should be a proof of their agreement and not what anybody could say. That's what I feel.
Over to you, Dr.
Okay, I'm of the opinion that just like my colleague said, that communication is key. And before we can talk about resignation on either part, we want to look at what plans are already on ground for the family to fall back on. Depending on who resigns. And then another factor to consider when you're talking about who resigns is let me say, whose job is more secured, because different jobs have different level of job security.
Of course.
So, all those factors have to be put in place. And at what phase is the family we are talking about? Are they little children, babies? Are they teenagers? Or is it an empty nest? So all those factors have to be put in place. But the bottom line is that the husband and the wife, they have to do a lot of communication. They have to do a lot of thinking out of the box, out of stereotype, and just come to a logical agreement on who should resign.
Thank you. We have a scenario here. Like you said now, there are a lot of things involved in these issues. It's beyond the issue of who should resign and all that. For instance now, assuming the wife's job is more secure than the husband. They have 2 kids, in the university or whatever, you understand, and some other bills are there. And as a man, you have a pride as a man. So I don't think, because some people say it's not actually good to live at the mercy of women. What kind of advice you can give to that particular man
Well, I think you should give up a lot of your ego because in a family, if you've got responsibility and bills to pay, and you are asking a woman to resign a job of 400k, man, there's a problem somewhere. So ego is a problem we have to give out, as it were, as a handout to someone else. So give up your ego. There are bills to pay. Ego doesn't pay the bills.
That's right.
Of course.
So your ego cannot pay it. And as a matter of fact, your wife, whatever your wife have, should be your family's. So you shouldn't think of, I'm a man.
Great. So, Mrs. Dr. Ufom, now, do you agree with me that a woman that you cannot live at their mercy? Do you agree with that?
Oh, well, I know there are people that have attitudinal problems, but I mean, like I just have this, I just know that there's no situation, there's no attitude or character that cannot be worked on. There's no character that cannot change. So if a woman, because what most of the time will make a man not want to be at the mercy of the woman is because of attitudinal, attitudinal challenge. So these issues can be, even if you have to go through, a psychological change, emotional training, you have to look at these things objectively, because what we are talking about is what will benefit the family. Attitude is not going to benefit the family. Attitude from the woman is not going to benefit the family. Ego of the man is not going to. So let's come together. Let's leave our ego. Let's cut off our pride and face this issue objectively.
The
reality.
Yeah,
and then move forward with the family.
Okay, you mean the family should come first?
Yes, family is first.
It's first in whatever decision they want to make. The family should come first.
Who will benefit the family?
Oh, good one. But quick one. What is the best approach you think they can apply?
Okay, for me, I think in this situation you said there was an urgent need.
Urgent, of course.
It is urgent, but I'm telling us that when we look at the urgency of the situation, we can temper some, we should just bring down the tempo, because if we live in a hurry without having a cogent plan in place, then the family is still going to suffer, despite that we are rushing to meet the urgency of the need to be together. So it's important that we quickly work out plans on how the family is going to survive, pending who has to resign. And when such plan, we're going to test run the plan, because a lot of times I've seen people who quit their job thinking that the plans are actually going to work out. But you see, it's not always like that. There are always pros and cons to a lot of things. So we have to test run it, see which works out and which does not work out. And based on that, we'll now know who should or should not resign. There must be a concrete plan in place that the family can fall back on. And whoever resigns should be the person that is able to run with a vision, is able to manage that plan appropriately for the benefit of the family.
Thank you. Mr. Ifeanyi, your take on that?
Well, compromise is important in marriages. Of course, if you're holding on to whatever view or something you have, and the other party is also holding, means there's going to be a crash in the marriage. At every point in the marriage, there's a point you reach compromise. You leave some things. So these two persons have to reach a compromise. Each of them have to give and take a lot of things. So it's either the man gives up on certain things or the woman does that. So think about the family first. If you put the family first, then it's going to be easier for you to let go certain conditions, certain factors that would have held you to your job or to something. Remember, the family is first. And of course, if you sacrifice the family at the altar of your ego or your pride or anything, of course, you're not going to be happy at the end of the day. So think about the family first. Put the family first, and you won't find it difficult giving up on your job or something. Yeah, family should come first.
Family should come first. So I believe when family come first, there's a chance of making a good decision. Guys, thank you for watching. I believe you must have learned one or two things on what we discussed today. You can be part of this discussion. Drop your comment at the comment section below. And also, don't forget, share and like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys once again. See you in my next video. God bless you.